10 qualities to look for in a partner. I think you need to know. Number one, you all, hear me, understand this, you all, that relationship is about not just love, but it's about compatibility. And so there are things, qualities you need to look for before you say I do, or before you make a long-term commitment. You want to hear? Here it goes. Number one, emotional maturity. What does that really mean? They don't react out of ego or trauma in every disagreement. They can admit when they're wrong, apologize without excuses, and face conflict without running. Emotional maturity is about handling your emotions instead of letting emotions handle you. For example, you express a concern about how something they said made you feel. Instead of becoming defensive, they say, I didn't realize that came off that way. I appreciate you saying something to me. Let me work on that. Red flag is they weaponize silence. They throw tantrums or blame you for every issue. Number two, self-awareness and healing. What that means is they've taken the time to examine their childhood, past relationships, and their own personal flaws. They aren't perfect, but they're conscious of their brokenness and they are actively working through that. Here's an example. They say, my parents didn't model healthy communication, so sometimes I shut down. I'm in therapy for that, and I'm getting better at staying present. Here's a red flag. They blame everyone else for their life. Nothing is ever their fault. Number three, integrity and trustworthiness. What that means is you never have to wonder where they are, what they're doing, or who they are with when you're not around. Their public life and private life, it matches. They're honest when it's inconvenient, not just when it's easy. Here's an example. They correct the cashier who gives them too much change. That's not a blessing. Oh, God blessing me. No, you're a thief. Okay. Or they text you when they're running late instead of just showing up an hour late with no explanation. Here's a red flag. They forget to mention important things. You constantly catch them in small lies or inconsistencies. Number four, something to carefully consider, strong communication skills. What it really means is they listen to understand, not just to reply or win. They express their thoughts clearly. They talk through conflict without name calling and create space for you to talk to. Example, after an argument, they circle back with, I've been thinking about what you said. Can we revisit that? I want to make sure I heard you correctly. Here's a red flag. They give the silent treatment, overtalk you or lash out, then refuse to revisit the conversation. Number five, shared values, shared core values. Very important, y'all. What that means is you agree on what really matters, like faith, lifestyle, family, sex, money, conflict resolution, and boundaries. You may have different personalities, but your values align in the same direction. Here's an example. You both believe in saving money, prioritizing family, and serving in your local church. These shared priorities keep you in sync even during disagreements. Here's a red flag, y'all. They want a free-spirited, open relationship while you want commitment.
I'm sorry.
We go together, but we sleep with everybody. Or they're spiritually cold and you are passionate about your faith. Number six, y'all, life direction and purpose. What that means is they have a sense of calling or goals. They may not have arrived to a particular place, but they're actively building something. They are ambitious. They are consistent and forward. They have forward movement. Those are signs that they won't drain your future, but they are actively pursuing their own passion and purpose. Here's an example. They're working a 9-to-5 job, but also taking night classes to get their degree or launching a business on the side. They have personal momentum. They are not sucking the life out of your dreams and your passion. Here's a red flag. They constantly talk big, but never finish anything or take initiative. Ooh, that's bad. Number seven, emotional safety. You can share your thoughts, mistakes, and emotions without fear of being shamed or attacked or dismissed. You feel, pay attention, psychologically safe in their presence, not judged or mocked or even manipulated. That's a big one. Here's an example. You cry in front of them, and instead of saying you're too sensitive, they sit beside you and ask, what do you need right now? Here's a red flag. They laugh when you are hurt. They use your past against you, and they make you feel like your emotions are a burden. Number 8, kindness and respect. What that means is they treat others with dignity, whether or not there's something to gain. That respect is shown in how they talk to you, talk about you, and handle disagreements. Here's an example. They disagree with you, but never raise their voice or insult you. They use I statements and stay on the topic, not dragging up the past or attacking your character. Here's a red flag. They talk down to service workers, saying you're crazy during arguments or interrupt you often. Number 9, self-control and stability. What that means is they manage their desires financially, emotionally, sexually, and spiritually. You don't have to babysit their habits or constantly put out fires that they created. They're not ruled by impulse. Here's an example. They say no to late night invitations that could compromise your relationship, or they make the tough decisions to delay gratification financially to invest in the future. Stay away from people who don't have control over their finances, because it's going to catch up if there is a marriage in the future. Here's a red flag. They gamble, they drink excessively, they lie to get what they want, or they struggle with sexual boundaries, but downplay it. Number 10, y'all, share joy and laughter. What that means is, here it is, y'all. Life is hard. A partner who can laugh with you, be silly, crack jokes, and create joy in the everyday in every day will carry you through the darkest seasons. This is often overlooked, but deeply, hear this, you all, important. Here's an example. You both crack up at the same memes, have inside jokes, or dance around the kitchen together. It's not all serious and heavy. It's fun. Here's a red flag. They constantly carry a negative attitude. They criticize playfulness or drain your energy instead of giving you life. Welcome to Bandwidth, y'all.